Hello, everyone. I'm Sheriff Wayne Ivey of the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, and you're watching Brevard County Justice. All right, welcome back to another great episode of Brevard County Justice. Everybody knows how this works. Our citizens partner with us every day to prevent and solve crimes. This is an opportunity for us to share with them some of the crimes that we're trying to get solved. Our agents are hard at work, but we can always use our citizens' help in identifying the subject. So we're going to show you some cases tonight, ask you if you know who they are. Please contact us, let us know. You can always contact us by going to Crime Line at 1-800-423-TIPS. You can send us a tip on our smartphone app. You can send us an email at brevardcountyjustice@bcso.us, or you can send us a personal message on our Facebook page. Either way, we'll get that information to the right agent, to the right deputy that's working the case, and we'll make sure we get these individuals off our streets and behind bars at Brevard County Jail. All right, we're going to start tonight in our Canaveral precinct, where Agent Hannah Carpenter, she's one of my favorite agents, is asking for our help in solving a vehicle burglary that occurred on Saturday, December 5th of 2020. Now, bear with me on this one because I got to go into a little bit of extra detail. At approximately 10:30, 4 black males unlawfully entered a black GMC pickup truck that was parked at Junkanoo Island Kitchen and Rum Bar at 626 Glen Cheek Drive in Port Canaveral. They took from the vehicle a Glock G27 .40 caliber black with the serial number of FSX L986. Also, a brown leather purse containing miscellaneous items they can provide to the victim's Florida that had the victim's Florida driver's license in it. Now, where I got to go into a little bit of extra detail is these subjects had previously been seen at the same location with small white pieces of paper that they claimed was information about their basketball team, and they were asking for donations. They were also seen at several businesses in Cocoa Beach. We're working this in partnership with Cocoa Beach, because they have some of the same type cases with burglaries to automobiles. So these same individuals were seen. You can see them on our Brevard County Justice screen. We've got great footage of them running from the area. We've also got them at the different locations. So if you know who these individuals are, please let us know. As I said, they broke into at least one car and stole a firearm, so we want to get them off the street and safely behind bars. If you have any information, you can get a hold of Agent Carpenter by calling our Canaveral precinct. You can also, as I said before, call Crime Line at 1-800-423-TIPS. You can send us a message on our Facebook page. You can send us a tip on our smartphone app. If you haven't downloaded our smartphone app, please do. It's a quick, easy download. It's got all sorts of information on it. You can search for those that are wanted, sex offenders. You can even search for pets you'd like to adopt. It's a great tool. You can send us a tip. So make sure you're downloading that and taking advantage of that partnership with our agency. And as always, you can also send us a personal message on our Facebook page if you have any information. All right, let's head down to our South Precinct, where Agent Kevin Sherrill is asking us to help solve a criminal mischief case that occurred on December 23rd of 2020. Now, in this case, if you take again a look at the Brevard County Justice screen, you're going to see 2 individuals. These individuals were observed arriving at the park on Lake Washington, located at 6000 Lake Washington Road. Video footage captured the subjects breaking some landscaping rocks and then entering the restrooms, where they did massive destruction to the facilities, smashing toilets, mirrors, tile, and even the bathroom partitions. The 2 subjects left the area in possibly a blue 2000 Toyota Highlander. If you know who these individuals are, we got pretty good photos of them. If you know who they are, we want to get them off the streets, get them arrested for criminal mischief. As I said, they did quite a bit of damage out there, so we want to make sure we get them behind bars where they can't tear up anybody else's stuff. All right, let's see what our fugitive unit's been up to. You know, I don't have to tell you, if you're a fugitive, you're just days away or maybe even minutes away from getting your door kicked in by the fugitive unit. I like to call them the wolves at the door. If you look out of your place and you see a perimeter set up, just come on out with your hands up, because they're not going away. They're persistent. They will just hunt you down like a wolf, and they're going to get you out of the Brevard County Jail. So if you got a fugitive warrant, go ahead, get a hold of a bondsman, get out to the Brevard County Jail and turn yourself in. Give us a break. Our guys are a little tired. Their legs are worn out from kicking indoors and chasing people. So give them a little break. Let's give them a little time off. All right, this past couple weeks, they grabbed Patrick Keefe, a white male, date of birth 7/18/60 in the Melbourne area. He had a felony capus warrant for battery on a law enforcement officer. His bond was $5,000. They were able to get him in custody with no issues. Also on the same day, our fugitive unit arrested Matthew Trinidad, a black male, date of birth 7/6/94. He was actually, they reached out to our partners up in Westchester, Massachusetts. He had an active warrant for a violation of probation, reference domestic violence by strangulation. He'll be extradited back to Brevard County. He's got no bond. On December 16th, they grabbed Michelle Plummer. She's a black female, date of birth 1/21/63. This was for a felony capus warrant, reference aggravated battery with deadly weapon, aggravated assault with deadly weapon, and tampering with a witness, victim, or informant. Only a bond of $22,000. I'm not sure how you do all of that and you only get a bond of $22,000. Everybody, all the criminals should be glad they don't let me set the bonds here in Brevard County. But that bond hopefully will keep them behind bars. On December 17th, fugitive unit arrested Jonathan Rose, a white male, 10/18/81 in the Palm Bay area for violation of probation for failure to register as a sex offender. Bond was $25,000. Got that off the street. Also on December 17th, the fugitive unit arrested Brianna Whitmer, white female, date of birth 7/8/98 in the Melbourne area on an active arrest warrant from Ohio in reference to conspiracy to commit kidnapping and vandalism. Again, bonds $20,000. Don't ask me to explain that because I can't. But either way, sitting behind bars, no issues in the arrest, and hopefully won't be able to harm anyone else. All right, our last case tonight is from our economic crimes unit, where Agent Danny Genova is asking our help in solving a credit card fraud case that occurred back in December of 2020 when an unknown black male made numerous purchases in the Palm Bay and also in the Orlando area with fraudulent credit cards. Now, one transaction also shows an unknown female accompanying the male. You can see him up on our Brevard County Justice screen. We got some great footage from inside the stores where they were trying to use the credit cards. If you know who either of these two individuals are, please let us know. You can get a hold of Danny by calling 321-633-8410 if you have any information in the case, or you can go to Crime Line, use our smartphone app, send us a personal message, or send us an email at brevardcountyjustice@bcso.us. All right, that concludes tonight's show. Again, I want to thank our citizens for being such great partners with us. You know, there's 1,600 of us at the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, but you make us a force multiplier of 600,000 working together in Brevard County to keep it safe. And man, is it a safe place to live, to work, and to raise our families. This is Brevard County Justice, where our victims and animal rights come first and criminals go directly to jail.